What's up, everyone? You know what time of year it is. It's Banlist season, and Banlist is right around the corner. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to do a little tier list here of what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to come out either next Monday, what is it, the 19th or the 26th. Those are my prediction dates. I think Konami's had a bit of time to assess the past couple YCSs, what the problem cards are, what what's coming out. I think, what is it? Let's see. Rage of the Abyss is coming out in October. It might give a month for a format to settle down before they add new cards. And I think right now it's kind of like I'm kind of been out of the game, if I'm being honest with you, because the game itself, I'm not going to say it's dying or it's dead, but I just feel like they've been just adding so many new cards. So we got Legacy of Destruction, April, and then a couple months later, Infinite Forbidden. Before that, that was probably the longest. It was a few months from Phantom Nightmare. I just feel like they're adding so many cards and so many engines that it's just kind of hard to keep up with the game. And especially with like Infinite Forbidden, you got the Fiendsmiths in there, and Engraver's like $100, and that's just the engine card. So that's $300 just for three cards that will go in that engine. And I don't know if that's really a good thing for the game. And every time they come out with something, it's kind of short printed. So it always ends up kind of being like disappointing. I know they're not short printing the main sets anymore, but like when they reprint stuff, or it's just not easy to get good cards, especially when you compare what we get to the OCG. They get a lot of good cards as a super rare, easy accessible. They only have to spend a few dollars over here, but when it comes over here, it upgrades to a secret rare. Even look at like Magia. It only came as a quarter century rare. Just hard, and like that really hurts the casuals, because casuals are the only people playing that card, and those are the people who are playing at their kitchen table. Now, I guess you can at this point make a proxy. Your friends are probably going to be cool with it if you're at your kitchen table, but for those who want to take this to locals and really try to compete and have fun, you can't do it. The price to entry is just, or the barrier to entry with this card game right now is kind of staggering, and including myself, I don't buy many packs anymore. I don't really buy packs at all anymore, or booster boxes or anything. Other bills come first. I got probably $400 or $500 I got to put into my car next, like in a week or two. Rent every month, electric bill, internet, food. Even if I go out for some drinks, that adds up. Uber, because you don't want to drink or drive. That all adds up. And right now, those are all priorities over buying cardboard. And I'd love to buy some cardboard, trust me. But when I'm not being rewarded for buying it, I'm not going to buy it. Rarity Collection 1 was fantastic, but Rarity Collection 2 was a total bomb. It's still stacked on shelves, $30 a box. And, you might as well just buy the singles at this point because they're crashing. And you can go and get a box on TCG Player for like $77, which it brings it down to like $4.93 a box. Or not a box, but a pack compared to the what is it, $9.99 that it was per pack retail, which is just absurd. The problem also with Rarity Collection 2 is we're gonna get to the ban list. I think a lot of the cards in this might get banned. Appaloosa being the main suspect number one in this upcoming format. What we've been seeing, it's just so easy to make for Snake Eyes and Fiendsmith. It's just so easy to make, and it's such a good card. I don't think it should be banned. I think it just because other cards make it a problem now isn't Appaloosa's fault. It's other cards' fault. Konami's making cards way too strong. And, even like Baron Lafleur, I felt like that was actually a fair card. But they create these cards that make it so difficult to, make it so easy to make a Baron Lafleur, which is just an Omni negate. You get Baron on the thing, you get it early before 5 summons, you stop Nibiru. Or, you stop all these other things, and then it can do its one move where it jumps back into the extra deck, if you do use its negate that turn. Not to mention the variety of ways that you can get to the grave and back out on the field to recycle its ability to negate. But anyway, let's get into what I think is coming up for this ban list. So this is somebody else's tier list that I've come across. I've added a couple cards on this bottom row that I think a little sus. I think they could end up being on here. But, let's just go card by card. There's a couple of these I don't even know what the hell they are. I don't even know what that is. But anyway, let's see. Sanctifier. I think Sanctifier, at the very least, could go to 1. It could be banned. Another thing that should be on this list, the Gimmick Puppet. Gimmick Puppet is the only reason Sanctifier should be banned. Like, why ban this card when you could just ban Gimmick Puppet? So, I'm going to say this stays unlimited. Change of Heart, ain't nobody playing that. It's, I believe, limited right now. They could probably make this semi-limited. Cross-out Designator, I'm going to say it's going to stay unlimited. I don't think too many, at least in the TCG, I know this was a problem in the OCG, but everyone was playing the same deck in the OCG. The meta was, maybe 2 or 3 decks, so this was much more impactful. I think in the TCG, we have a little bit of our own flavor. We don't always just cater to the meta because, I feel like the United States and Europe, like, we kind of had that uniqueness identity that we try to bring to the table, and it makes crossout not as effective. It's still going to be hitting Ash, it's still going to be hitting a lot of the hand traps, and maybe even board breakers and staple cards like Triple Tactics, Thrust, or Talents. But I think it's going to stay unlimited, no need to touch it. And let's be fair, I think, Konami tries to limit what they do on these lists. So, yeah, Summon Sorcerers is gonna stay banned. Let's go to Patrice. I think Patrice isn't banned. I think because of Fiendsmith, cool card, I think Patrice can be banned, which will open up opportunities for other decks that could come off the list. So I think Patrice is going to be banned. Ib, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen anybody playing Ib. It's limited. I think it's just going to stay limited. Terratop. Did that just come off the list? Well, let me look really quick. Terratop. What was it before? Was it just limited? Oh yeah, Subterra Terratop. QRS. No. Oh, Speedroid Terratop. Doi. So it was semi-limited. It's unlimited now. Yeah, I think it's gonna stay. Unlimited. Prosperity. It's a fair enough card. I think the only thing that's cheap about this card is if you don't catch that you only do the half attack or half damage for the rest of the turn to your opponent. Calamity. Again, not many people bring this out, but I think they'll ban it. Kaiser Coliseum. I think that's banned, right? Kaiser Coliseum. Kaiser Coliseum's forbidden. Oops. Let's get close. Who I think could come off. And the reason why I had a picture of Kit Close, I had to download a picture of Kit Close. I'm not like obsessed with Kit Close. Don't come at me. Alright, yeah, I think it's gonna stay banned. Let's just, anything that's not gonna change, let's just leave it down there in D. I don't know what D is, doubtful it's gonna change. Let's just go with that. Summon limit, I think that's not gonna change. Flameburge, I do think Snake Eyes needs to get hit more than any deck. You know, I think Fiendsmith's a little too new. It should probably get hit because it's overpowered. But I think Flameburge, nothing's going to change with Flameburge. Nothing's going to change with Anti-Spell. I don't know what that is. Airlifter, I don't think anything's going to change. Even though Rescue Ace did fall off, I'm going to give it a semi-limit. I'm going to put it back in semi-limit. Because Rescue Ace fell off. It was a little overpowered, but I feel like, you know, part of the problem with it was Snake Eyes. People threw in Snake Eyes with this. And Snake Eyes, I feel like this, it should be banned. It should be banned, but it's going to go to 1. Because they're going to try to resell it. Remember, they're going to resell this stuff. I don't know if he's unlimited, but Pancratop should be unlimited. Heavy Storm, going to 1. Let's bring her back down because she's not changing. I don't know what that card is out the top of my head. Heart Pour, that's not changing. Red Reboot, probably staying banned. Could be, I think it could be at 1, but like also, not many super crazy trap decks coming out. I don't know what you are, so you're probably gonna stay. I think, I don't know. Should be Gimmick Puppet. Gimmick Puppet should be banned. Alright. Skill Drains, nothing changing. Title, Dragon Storm, or is it Dragon Storm? Title? Dragon Rulers? It's Dragon Rulers. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright. I think he could come back to 2. They're slowly coming off the list. The game's so power crept, this is a stupid card now. Yeah, I remember my buddy, when I first was getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh!, he was on this. Ridiculous. But now, stupid. Doesn't do anything. IP's not getting anything to it. Even though, again, Snake Eyes with the Poplar, Flameburge, bring this back to the Spell and Trap. Flameburge, bring it to a monster zone. Broken. Then go into Apollosa. And part of this ban list is, what do I want out of it? Or what do I think Konami's actually going to do? I'm trying to do a fine line of what I think Konami's actually going to do. And I don't think they're going to do anything with IP. They're not bringing back Max C. Not until, I don't think they're ever going to bring back Max C because of the Melcharmies. I think the Melcharmies are the new Max C. We're going to have to live with that. You're going to pick one or the other or play all 6 when they come out. So nothing's happening with Max C. Dragon Rule. Oh, I'm going to put it here as a wish. This is such a fun card. I don't think it's coming off the list. But I love this card. I think it could, but it's not changing. I'm gonna do ultimately, it's not changing. As much as I'd like it to, it's not changing. Glow Up Bulb. I think Glow Up Bulb, it's almost time for it to come back to 1. It'll spice up the format. Synchros will come back heavy. Deal with the links. I mean, it's not like they can go into Baron LaFleur. It's not like they can go into Burl Savage. It'd be nice if they could go into Chaotic Magic Ruler, but they can't. So I mean, what are the synchros we're really going into right now that are just so broken it stops the game? So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna do Glow Bulb at 1. Super Poly. I could argue I like Super Poly. I think it's great for fairness, especially going second. You know, um, you could argue this should be banned. You could argue it should go to 1. But the people who argue the most that it should be banned are the people who play Snake Eyes and put up a crazy ass, I'm cursing, crazy freaking board. They're gonna put up a crazy freaking board, and then they get hit with Super Poly. It's like that's your fault. You know, you want to play this deck that puts up a super crazy board. We're keeping Super Poly. We're keeping it. Yeah, that you heard me. You heard me right. Okay, Brilliant Fusion probably could come back to 1. We could put little Garnets back in the deck. It could come back to 1. Probably nothing gonna change right now. They gotta sell stuff, remember? SP probably should be limited, but they gotta sell it again. Nothing's changing. Oh, I put Maxine here twice. That's how badly it needs to be banned. Leave it there twice. Engage, no one's playing that. It's fine at 3. Appaloosa, I think Appaloosa is going to get banned. They just printed it in Rarity Collection. They might only do it to 1, but everyone only plays it at 1, right? You're not going to play 2 Appaloosas in your deck. I think it might get banned. Almost more than Calamity. But I think these 3 could get banned, and I think Kit Kalos can come back to 1. These are my predictions. Yeah. So this isn't changing. This isn't changing. I don't think. I mean, let's look. Where'd my internet's go? All right. So let's go look at the semis. Yeah, Pinkerdox can definitely come off. Lightning Storm could probably come off, but I mean it doesn't really matter because if you're playing like a 3 of type of strategy, you can do 2 Lightning Storms and a Harpy Feathers Duster. You know, that's you're not going to play. I don't know if many people are really going to play 3 Lightning Storm, 1 Harpy Feather Duster, or even put that in their side deck because at 4 cards is a lot of cards, especially when you only got 15 in your side deck. So yeah, I don't think that's going to change. I don't think a lot of this is going to change. Yeah. So I mean, that's my list. Let me know what you think. You know, I'll certainly have a Banlist reaction when it does come out. Hopefully it's not super late. I know I have been, you know, I haven't really been making videos. You know, life's freaking tough, dude. You gotta go to work, and then you gotta get off work, and you gotta spend time with my cats. And I gotta try to have a social life, and then there's just times where I just want to sit down and watch TV. The older you get, the more you kind of just want to go home and watch some TV. Yeah, dude. I have been watching. I watch the Olympics a lot lately. You know, I feel like I always keep pushing stuff off, and I don't know why. It's really hard. It's really hard not to push things off. But so this is what I think is the list. I think the big shakeups are going to be Snake Eyes to 1. You know, is only a super rare. I wouldn't be surprised if like Heavy Storm came back to the list and it was like in Bonanza. And then Beatrice, you know, I think Beatrice being banned opens up the ability for Kit Kalos to come back. Or, you know, maybe something else in tier limit. But I mean, the fact that tier limit now is semi-power crept with Snake Eye and Fiendsmith is kind of mind-boggling. And I mean, we're not even talking about getting to Voiceless Voice. Like, that's also a very good deck. And Yubel, I could even touch on Yubel. Yubel is probably might even be top two at this point. I think it might be Snake Eye Ubel, then Fiend Smith, or Ubel in third. Uh, so Ubel could definitely get a hit, but they just came out with its support, so I don't think that's really going to get hit. They need to sell that support for a little bit, let it, ride out its course, and then it'll probably get hit or power crept. But I think that's the main. These are the main ones. The little bulb to just be spicy. Konami, I think. They might be trying to be a little spicy. I think it came off the list in the OCG, so I think it could definitely come off the list in the TCG. It might be time. Yeah, but Snake Eye's got to go. Something with it. It's not going to be Diabell Star. That's coming out in Bonanza. I think it was Bonanza. It's coming out again. So if they're trying to sell that, they're not going to hit Diabell Star. And I don't think she's really the problem. The problem is Snake Eye Ash, because it has a summon effect, it has a grave effect. It's got two effects that help you go. It's almost like a +2 card. This is a Pot of Greed. It's a Pot of Greed search. It's so easy. Look, Link Karibo didn't deserve to be hit, but it got hit because of this. Link Karibo was a fair card. Appaloosa is a fair card. But, I really wouldn't mind. You know what? I'm going to just do a wish list. Let's do Appaloosa 1. Ban Snake Eye Ash. Ban it, Konami. Please. And then I'll come back to locals. And I'll play. Because there's nothing you can do about that. It's a Pot of Greed, Konami. You ban Pot of Greed. Should I put Pot of Greed up here? Unlimited at 3? Snake Eye Ash is Pot of Greed at 3. Engine specific. I'm just saying it like it is. Snake Eye Ash is a Pot of Greed. But you know what? They're going to make me mad. They're going to ban this beautiful card, Appaloosa, and its altar art. And Snake Eye Ash is going to go to 1. That's the only. If they don't do Snake Eye Ash to 1, they're not listening to the player base. And the fact that so many players are just upset with how the game's going. Top players are quitting. It's not just a ban list. It's a lot of things. It's the economy. It's card design and how cards are, their effects and how they affect the game and are just so much better than other cards. Like the fact that Bestial was broken like a year ago. And Bestial might as well come off the list. Bring Magnum up back to 3. If you got Snake Eye Ash to 3, you're gonna ban Patrice, bring Magnum up back, and we're talking. But until then, what are we doing? We're struggling out here. We really are. But anyway, I won't divulge anymore. I appreciate you guys watching. That's my prediction for the ban list. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know, they don't really shake things up too much with these ban lists. But I think this could maybe fix the format. Maybe we could see Tier Limit come back and be in that top 4 or 5 to kind of mix things up. If Snake Eye does get hit, I don't think it's going to be, with Snake Eye Ash at 1, they're still going to have Poplar, they're still going to have Diabell Star, there's still going to be a pretty strong deck, plus they might even add Go Up Ball to the deck, so, you got to keep all of that in mind, when you hurt one thing and make something stronger, where does the balance, Snake Eye's here, Tier Limit's here, can you bring Tier Limit to here and Snake Eye down to here, and then where's everything else fall? So you got to find that proper balance with the testing. And I really don't know if they test, do pseudo tests with their employees about how a format might play out. With I know they probably have pros Billy Break and those guys who are really good Yu-Gi-Oh players that also work for Konami. I hope they have some sort of voice in it. Um, but you know, you gotta wonder if they're testing and playing on the side to see what type of format could happen. Um, you know, with this ban list, or if they, you know, maybe they kept Calamity but banned that, or you know, I don't know how they test whether or not or if they just come in blind and you're just like, yep, that's gone. We don't like you. We don't like you. We're done selling that. I don't know. I don't know what goes into that. But anyway, let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace.